The first time you saw King Kong, either the 1933 original on television or director Peter Jackson's faithful remake in 2005, did you ever wonder how this happened? I mean, you were going to watch an adventure film about a giant gorilla on a remote Pacific island, but now the people are getting chased by dinosaurs. I remember taking my family to the theater in 2005. When the first Tyrannosaurus Rex appeared, people were surprised. Someone near me said, "Why are there dinosaurs here?" The answer to that question has two parts. First, the ideas that led to the inclusion of dinosaurs, and second, the reason why audiences in 1933 were okay with it. Let's start with the first. The man who originally conceived of King Kong was an American aviator, explorer, and filmmaker named Merian Caldwell Cooper. His idea in the 1920s was to make an adventure film about gorillas in Africa. He was also inspired by the 1912 discovery, for the modern West at least, of Komodo dragons in Indonesia. Merging these ideas together, Cooper imagined a film about a big gorilla fighting Komodo dragons on a remote island, then being captured and brought to the United States, where he goes on a rampage before being killed. The idea lingered for years. By the time Cooper got the chance to make his film, the studio he worked with was already making a moving picture called Creation. This was a short film about, as described on the Internet Movie Database, a lost submarine that discovers a secret island where dinosaurs still live. The film was directed by special effects pioneer Willis O'Brien, who took inspiration from motion picture cartoons to create the process of stop-motion animation. O'Brien was continuing to develop the special effects techniques he had started earlier, including these films in 1917, 18, and 25. Science fiction writers had already imagined people finding living dinosaurs in remote, unexplored locations. In A Journey to the Center of the Earth, explorers found dinosaurs in Hollow Earth. In The Lost World, dinosaurs lived on a plateau in South America. And in The Land That Time Forgot, dinosaurs lived on a tropical island near Antarctica. O'Brien suggested they make their gorilla movie with dinosaurs instead of Komodo dragons. Why would Cooper agree? Probably because dinosaurs are bigger, scarier, and cooler. And that is how we got to this, the first view of a dinosaur on King Kong's island. The fossilized bones of stegosaurs were discovered in North America in the 1870s, so the filmmakers knew plenty about them in the early 1930s. Cooper loved the project so much, he even inserted himself as the main character, played by Robert Armstrong in 1933 and Jack Black in 2005. Cooper also got one of his original favorite ideas put to film, the giant gorilla fighting a Tyrannosaurus Rex, which director Peter Jackson faithfully recreated in 2005. Oops, that's Godzilla. There it is. So now we go to the second question. Why would audiences in 1933 believe there could be dinosaurs in a remote, unexplored location on Earth? The 19th century was a time of great exploration and discovery, as described in the Time book, Great Discoveries, explorations that changed history. Back in the day, at a time when large parts of the globe remained to be trekked and charted, fame and fortune awaited those who could claim to be the first to reach and map these unknown regions. In Africa, there was the search for the source of the Nile River, as depicted in the 1990 film Mountains of the Moon. And there was Dr. Livingstone's discovery of Victoria Falls, one of the largest waterfalls in the world. We also had the great age of polar exploration, with brave explorers risking life and limb in both the North and the South Poles. Plus there were great dinosaur discoveries. Some of the earliest discoveries were the remains of Ichthyosaurus and Iguanodon in England. Plus stegosaurs in North America, sauropods in England, and in 1905, the famous Tyrannosaurus Rex in Montana. All of these last three were featured in King Kong 1933. And that, I propose, is why audiences in 1933 could suspend disbelief that there might be dinosaurs living on a remote Pacific island. By the late 20th century, everyone knew it was a complete fantasy. And when Michael Crichton published Jurassic Park in 1990, his dinosaurs could no longer be discovered in remote locations to be believable. They had to be recreated by modern science. Do you think it's ridiculous that people thought there might be dinosaurs living on a remote Pacific island? Well, ask yourself, how many people still believe in sea monsters? Oops, well, maybe you should. Okay, how many people think Bigfoot might be walking around the Pacific Northwest of the United States? How many people think there might be a plesiosaurus swimming in a lake in Scotland? How many people think a megalodon might be swimming in the Marianas Trench? Those are the kinds of mysteries that, in 1933, allowed people to suspend disbelief that there could be dinosaurs on King Kong's island. Today we no longer believe this is possible, but there are plenty of unknowns left to uncover. The world is a mysterious place, so stay curious, keep exploring, and you'll never know what you might find. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to this channel for new videos every week or two, and see the description below for a list of books and films featured in this video.